Neuvillette?
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from...
This isn't anything. Let's assume we've got... I do remember a thing. He once, to be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator.
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish...
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melissa? What happened? Siege! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person is really... Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting...
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still...
Ah, head nurse. Do you...
Ridsley?
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that.
Não importa, o planeta também não gosta de você. Continuando aí, meus queridos. Ah, eu já avisei vocês que eu estou com um problema de upload novo, né, cara? Vocês já ouviram. É coisa de levar um dia inteiro pra mandar um vídeo, então... Tô complicado, meus queridos.
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
Meu Deus, o que é isso aí?
Take it easy.
Cara de taradão. O que você está fazendo? Peraí, você calma aí um pouquinho. Desculpa, isso faz tempo que eu não vejo outras pessoas. Eu só precisava de algum contato humano. Meu nome é Filho. Vamos lá, entra. Eu tenho conversado com qualquer um, não tenho falado com ninguém em tempos. Me siga, por favor. O cientista melhor. Esse lugar é meio bagunçado, né? Isso aí não é fila, não. Então vive aqui sozinho, né? Vamos vir em aliados. Vamos ir aqui nos personagens. Equipment. Ainda tá evoluindo.
Navigating the world's a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to fix them for you?
Sempre me metendo em tudo que é canto. Certo, vamos continuar, mas ali provavelmente não vai dar pra ir. Aqui é o castelo de Windia. Ali dá pra descer, ó, tem uma corredeira ali. Mas é claro que nós vamos dar essa volta aqui. Será que eles vão deixar eu entrar no castelo assim de buenas? Não tem nada. Vamos dar aquela aceleradinha assim, ó, só pro Ryu chegar aqui na frente mais rápido. Beleza. E aí, bro? Não vimos o Ryu por algum tempo. Será que ele está bem? E você? O rei recusou uma oferta dos dragões negros. Ele não vai trair os outros reinados. E aí? Bem-vindo ao castelo de Winland. Olha quem tá ali. Bem-vindo ao castelo de Winland. Vocês conhecem aquela ali? Quem jogou Breath of Fire 2 sabe quem ela é. Quem acompanhou minha série de Breath of Fire 2 aí no canal sabe.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Take it easy.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink?
Então eu vou ter que ir olhando o vídeo do gringo e memorizando o caminho e indo. E aí quando eu travar, eu vou cortar o vídeo pra eu não poder ficar moscando com vocês, beleza? Então, meus manos, sem mais delongas, só bora.
Which means you have to drink up even bring me some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
Rapaziada, é o seguinte, meus parceiros, deixa eu colocar no microfone. O que acontece, então? Bora lá, né, meus manos? Bora começar aqui, ó. Chegou nessa caverna aqui, tá? Não tem segredo, só vocês entrarem aqui dentro. Beleza? Só vocês entrarem aqui. E aí, vocês fazem esse caminho que eu tô fazendo aqui, meus manos. Aqui é bem de boa, aqui não tem nenhum labirinto, nem nada do tipo, tá? É só seguir reto mesmo. Esse aqui não tem nada que podemos nos perder aqui. Que é bem de boa. O problema são os outros, meus manos. Aqui, ó. Aqui vai começar a dar início à caça ao tesouro. E aqui já tem algumas recompensas pra nós aqui, ó.
Familiar?
Que pode coletar, ó.
I didn't even realize they were wearing
Torso, beleza? Torso e eu vou equipando tudo, rapaziada. Torso e a braçadeira, né? O punho. Então já vou me equipar. Beleza, já vou me equipar aqui. Braçadeira, que é esse daqui.
I place great trust.
A gente já vai colocar o ovo aqui também. Reduz o ruído de movimento. Essa build aqui, rapaziada, o que acontece, meus mano? Ela é bem focada no stealth, tá? Ela é focada no stealth.
I place great trust.
Ela é toda focada no stealth. Tudo que a gente vai pegar aqui é pro stealth. Inclusive o nosso parça que a gente vai pegar, tá? Que é vocês viram na thumb aí, ele é focado no stealth, beleza? É pra quem gosta de jogar no stealth, certo? Então vocês podem perceber que o torso tá tudo pra stealth, beleza? Então, agora vamos pegar aqui um negocinho aqui, né? Vamos ler. Então, os atributos precisamos para esquecemos, louvamos os homens e lhe damos poder.
Oh, this? We have a very long history, going back as far as we have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, all we want is to defend them, but people...
Vocês sabem por que eu tô aqui? Não se faz idiota. Ok, antes de você querer pular esse negócio aqui pra poder ver as putarias, calma, me escuta e aquieta esse pau. Eu vim aqui pra falar do aplicativo de vídeo UniTV. A UniTV não só contém mais de 500 canais ao vivo em UHD 4K para filmes, séries de desenhos animados, animes, esportes, notícias e etc. Mas também tem a gama completa de conteúdo sob demanda, tipo os últimos filmes, séries, animes que saíram, e por aí vai. Ele está disponível para Android e também pode ser instalado nas TVs. Você pode baixá-lo aí na descrição do vídeo. E também tem todos os animes e músicas que eu uso, então se vocês ficarem pedindo link é porque vocês não sabem abrir a caixa da descrição. Você pode convidar amigos do perfil para fazer o download e não só para obter um VIP. Você pode obter um VIP com isso, mas também pode obter dinheiro. Não gosta de dinheiro, quem não gosta, né? E para finalizar, a TV Box UniTV S1 também tá à venda agora. Então ao comprar você também pode receber o aplicativo de graça. Bom, isso é tudo. E agora podem ficar com, né, o resto.
Did you manage to gather any intel? I personally collected 2 of them myself. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one.
His grace has requested your presence in his office.
Take it easy.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that... Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep...
That idiot! I can't believe I trust...
Let me ask this
Yes.
Who is pulling your string?
What? You're not trying...
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has...
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before...
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do... After making a few... But I refused to...
And then you decided to...
My initial target was... But first, in the end, I had to read... I recall that Kiara was... But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa.
Am I to assume that the claims you've...
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal...
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes, I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten this...
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on...
Monsieur Neuvillette, when people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar chief. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went. People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Dominique.
I am undeserving of... It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. It is unnecessary.
There's no need to be. You're no longer that...
I must say that... Thank you for clearing my...
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor it. The less time I spend here, the better.
In that case, I'll have to
Please.
The first is about the guard.
I know. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However,
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let those from up there... I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you invest...
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial, and according to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had, in other words...
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be...
Perhaps he had been...
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Thus, the more... And to those who had been... That's all from me.
I don't have any... Well then...
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but... I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your hey, any comment?
What I really think is... every trial you've ever judged has left its impression.
That is, as I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust these changes were not due to any specific... I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day,
When you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep,
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for drag.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way...
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the
what a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally to celebrate this joyous occasion. Monsieur Neuvillette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule will come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Let's leave her alone.
Kiara?
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening...
Thank you, monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so...
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand. I can't remember what...
I can sense your joy.
Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and...
See you next time.